Hi everyone. So today I'm going to talk about a very important thing, that is why marriages are not working, especially in India and Asian countries, when it used to be the most important thing in anyone's life. Why this institute is crumbling and why people are losing their faith in this concept marriage. Let's talk about and it. The first and foremost thing which I believe is that people are finding reasons not to marry these days. There are so many, examples, and there's so much awareness about, marriages uh, being so, unpredictable and breaking at the drop of hat. So people feel that if you invest so many years into something and which is not going to last and which is not going to work, so why should we invest in that? Why should we be foolish enough to you know uh, get legally bounded with someone, rather than just having partners who understand us and live with them as long as it lasts? Due to this, the concept of living live in has increased a lot in our country, when especially that was a taboo a long time ago, but now people are considering it as a serious option. So first and foremost, having the concept live in, which we have borrowed from Western world, is a very very sad concept, I feel, because when you live with the person, you eventually loses interest in that person, believe it or not, whether it's a girl or a boy. And when you're not legally bounded, and when there are not families involved, in most of the cases they hide this concept, especially girls, they don't share that with their families because it will give them a bad reputation. So what they do is that they live in constant fear of losing their partner, and when that partner in most cases leaves them, they feel betrayed, and they become totally against the concept of having a partner. They would rather focus on their career and other stuff, rather than building a house or building a family and making a family with someone else. So I think these western concepts like live-in has definitely influenced people, and since with the awareness and with the media, which is my second point, the influences around you, the media, the knowledge, the awareness we have, world has become global village where we can see that what is happening in anyone's life, be it celebrities. And in previous times, it used to be considered as a taboo when a marriage break, but today it is celebrated. The people we consider as idols, like Bollywood celebrities and popular people, popular faces, YouTubers whom we see as perfect partners, perfect, which who pretend a lot and show their marriage as perfect, but when that crumbles, when they get divorced, when they get separated, it eventually affects us as well, because we are aware that what is happening around us and we see so many examples, especially bad ones, unfortunately. So we feel that that is going to happen with us as well. There are so many influencers on YouTube, especially girls, who talk about their relationship failures. They talk about their bad experiences because they invested so much emotionally, and they considered it as love, but that partner betrayed them and left them with no choice than just moving on and getting detached with people. They teach everyone online that it's sad. It's sad. I feel bad for them. I'm not saying they're wrong. They are sharing their stories, and maybe that's their you know those are the stories which made their life miserable. So I can understand from their point of view, but they don't understand that they are influencing so many minds. Because being an influencer doesn't mean that you just come online and say anything or everything which you have gone through without taking responsibility of how it impacts other people. There are so many girls out there who believe that, after listening to them, that marriage is a very bad concept and it doesn't work. And in today's day and time, when you can hook up with anyone, you can go on Tinder, you can go on multiple days, you can people talk casually about relationships these days. You see so many comedy shows, or you know there are so many things said about relationships that you can change your partners easily. And when you see that happening in front of your eyes, people you have admired, celebrities who have had multiple marriages and justifying their ex by saying that, oh, this happened, this that happened, we grew apart, and despite having kids and stuff like that. So I think these things impact you very badly. And influencers, especially when you watch them today, they have no, qualms about getting separated and getting divorced, getting cheated, and they move on very easily. And we feel that if they can, why not us? Why to get, in these cases, uh, in this institute where we will be illegally bounded, and girls also take advantage of this institute, where we have seen multiple examples where girls have claimed alimony, huge amount of alimony, and just to get separate, and just to get divorced from the person they once loved. So it's not like that only one gender is at fault, but I think these kind of things are happening in our society, which were happening earlier as well, not that frequently maybe, but when we see these kind of examples, we feel, we get influenced. We feel that okay, if that is happening with that person, so that might happen with me as well. So we reverse manifest these things. We are slowly and gradually losing interest in this institute, because you must have heard the quote where this is a very famous quote, where it said that rather than investing in a partner, invest in your career, because that won't leave you one day and say that I'm not interested in you anymore. I've lost feelings for you, which will happen eventually. See, what happens today is that we focus more on appearances, which is my next point. I think we focus on, appearances and looks and presentation more than on the qualities. Once I visited China, I remember, and there this guide who was a girl told us that people are, marriages are breaking so easily these days. People fall for appearances, people fall for good looks, but they don't have anything to talk about after a period. After a few years, when you just have good company with your partner, then you feel that there's nothing to talk about. They are not investing in, knowledge or shared values, or they don't have any common topics to talk about. They just fall for appearances, good personality, good status. And see, these things are also important. I'm not saying these are not, whether we agree to that or not, but these things are also important, to each his or her own. But I feel that these are not everything. These are superficial things. These are bonuses. If your partner is good looking, I think that is a bonus. If he or she carries themselves, they can be groomed at any point of time. But you can't inculcate values in someone, and you must have some shared, values, which is very very important according to me. If you don't have any value system, if you can't talk to your partner, you can't discuss anything with your partner in, polite manner. I'm not talking about fights and everything. So I feel that if you can't talk to your partner, then that marriage won't last forever, because you can't share your things. Sometimes male have an ego that how can you just brush off my opinion and you should listen to me. Or even female feels like that they are feminist and they can fight for their equal rights, and they just talk in a very aggressive manner. Next point is that feminism, the concept feminism is so misunderstood. I'm so sad about this. Feminism as a concept was, has had started in western countries. People don't know about that. They think that western women have all the rights and they can do whatever they want to do, but they have been oppressed and they have been suppressed so much. I mean, and every kind of oppression has been existing in every society in any or form or other way. But it has been the reality of most of the societies, whether it's India, whether it's developed countries, doesn't matter. I think there have been so many cases there, and they fought for their rights, and then eventually they got, relief. And there's a lot of history behind the concept feminism. But today, feminism is considered as a negative term. If you are just expressing something, some opinion of yours, people will brush you like, don't be a feminist. Karina Kapoor, the famous celebrity, has said, oh, I'm not a feminist, but I believe in equality of rights. Oh, come on. What is feminism then? It's not about girls being superior than males. It's about having equal rights, rights to say, right to read, right to express them yourself. And it's today's reality. Both male and females need to understand that it's not like the previous times where women will adjust all the time, but men are expecting them to be submissive, at the same time independent, at the same time earning and handling family pressures as well, adjusting with their family as well and their relatives and everything. And still be on top of their toes and looks and should look presentable. We have seen the example of Mrs. That movie. What should I say about that movie? That is a movie which shows that how women are oppressed in a marriage. But see, every marriage has some kind of sacrifices, be it a girl or be it a boy. Women or influencers today online are talking about the images where they see themselves as sitting behind their partner and thinking about their lives when they have to handle kids, their career, their family pressures, responsibilities, and the guy is free from all of that and even not communicating with them very well. So I feel that women used to be a bit submissive, so and they have faced all kind of things, but still the pressure was on girls and women that they need to make it work somehow, and they have done it beautifully. The kind of oppression they have gone through, the kind of you know humiliation they have gone through, we can't even imagine. But when we get to listen to our old grandparents or our old relatives, then we get to know that they have also suffered so much in their relationship, but still they made it work. Was it worthwhile? If you ask them at the age of 60, they will say that yes. Some might have resentment inside them, but they will still tell you that no, it's worth it. Why? Because the concept of family is very beautiful. I know there are bad people, I know people are losing their values and they have multiple partners, these dating apps, these cheatings these days. Emotional cheating is cheating, physical cheating is not cheating even considered as cheating, by especially by celebrities, and they inculcate this kind of thinking in people, which is very sad. They have adjusted because they have got great luxurious life, but in most cases that also is not there. People are not that rich to or not comfortable in their lives that they you know go through this kind of humiliation and still survive in those marriages. So I feel that it's very sad state of affairs, and we get influenced with people who have negative experiences. So it's a very very sad reality. Earlier, I remember some of my friends had this vision that at 20 and 25 they were so self-aware. They were like, okay, we need to earn first and we need to make some savings, or we need to spend on ourselves, later we have to spend on our kids and stuff like that. And then they become successful in their career, they used to think that okay, now what's the need of having kids, who will handle them, their pressure, because they hear from their peers that it's not uh, you know the work life balance is not there. Jobs are getting jobs you have to devote so much of your time, so much of uh, pressure is there, so people don't feel the need of having kids because they think who will take care of them. There are crimes rising. They don't think that having kids will solve their problem, even add to it. Who will take care of that? Grants people are living in nuclear families. They are not living in joint families to take care of their kids. They can't trust their caretakers because so many incidences are happening where they are drugging the kids and doing all kind of stuff. What should I say? I mean, there are so many negative examples around them that they don't want to have kids even. And I think after a certain age, when you cross that age, I think most people will feel lonely, because I've seen around me who first prefer their career over marriage, but today they miss their family life, because when their friends and colleagues are busy with their families and they see them celebrating their joys and living their life fully, they feel somewhere incomplete, which no one is talking about. At this age, when you have energy, your career, everything is happening for you, and you are enjoying your life to the fullest, fine. But after a certain age, your kids, your family will be an investment, biggest investment than your career, because there you will have emotions attached. You have built up something gradually, which will be so close to your heart that you'll forget all your worries, even if you have worries. We all will have worries, whether we are single or attached, doesn't matter. So I think these kind of things we need to consider and keep in perspective, and no one is talking about that on internet. Everyone is talking about the bad aspect of having family or having getting married, but nobody is talking about the facts that it brings you so much joy as well. There are hardships, but there are hardships in your career as well. You have to make so many adjustments in your career. You're ready to do that because it is giving you financial security. So you make so many adjustments over there, but family is giving you emotional security, which you don't understand at this age, but later on when you get old, you'll see that why we are important in our parents' life or even in our grandparents' life, because they have invested so much. When their career was flourishing, they couldn't spend that much time with us. But today, when they are free, the only thing they worry about is not themselves but about us. They want us to be happy. They are very concerned about what is happening in our life, and this is a very beautiful human bond which I think comes along with the concept institute of marriage. People prefer multiple partners before marriage. Okay, and when that doesn't work out, they feel that okay, everyone is like that, they make their mind. Then there are so many examples where males even males are being exploited by their female partners. They leave them and take away the kid, and they demand so huge alimony that they feel that they commit suicide, and they set an example before everyone's eyes that like look, women are so vicious these days and they can go to any extent for money and stuff like that. When that girl also has suffered in that marriage, maybe that's why she broke up and got separated. I don't know. We don't know the exact reasons behind that, but we made that girl villain. And I'm not saying just boys are suffering or girls are suffering. Even girls are suffering a lot, and girls are very vicious. Where they are we know the Sonam's case where she married in an arranged setup, and then eventually killed her partner with involvement of her boyfriend and stuff like that, which was very very vicious. I think if you don't want to marry someone, rather not marry. And killing someone, taking someone's life is like the biggest crime ever. So I don't know, there are so many bad examples in our society which influence us directly or indirectly, consciously or subconsciously. We don't even understand that, but that is a sad reality of today's time, that people are only following the negative examples. They don't have that time and patience to know someone. And it has been always the case that it's said that scientifically it's said that women are more emotional, and male works with like they get attracted to multiple partners is their tendency. But women today also are doing the same thing. The masculine feminine energy is dropping in women, where they are taking charge of their career, their family life, and there's so many responsibilities on women that they are becoming they are bending towards their masculine energy more than their feminine energy, which is about nurturing, giving family those, giving time to their family and stuff like that. So they feel that men are not worth it. But say in the same manner, I think even read a very interesting article a few days back where it said that western countries, men are preferring women who are more submissive. Instead of marrying their own girls from their own country, they are preferring girls from Malaysia, Philippines, who are supposed to be kind, submissive and stuff like that. And which was a sad reality, because taking care of other person's need, which is the base and which is the core of any marriage, I think is losing its value with time. It's very sad. It's very sad. And when you see that happening, and like people want a partner who listens to them, but everyone is busy speaking, talking about their needs. They don't understand other person's perspective. They don't want to understand it. That's the sad reality. Women earlier used to be good listeners, but today they are good speakers, because that is a requirement, that is the need of the hour. And male also need to understand that they have to share responsibilities if they want their partner to work. You can't have everything on your sub us silver spoon, like on your platter. You can't have you can't be like brushing off your responsibility, your share of responsibility. You have to be responsible. You have to contribute equally to build a family, a beautiful family life, or to have a good life together. But girls also are becoming very aggressive. I feel they are just, when they talk about their rights, they get very aggressive. They don't know how to put it. Maybe they have seen that kind of oppression, or they have seen face something, or they have just borrowed that concept from other people. So most of our concepts are borrowed. I feel that whatever we see, experience, and we learn so much from others person's mistakes as well. So rather than investing in that, we are thinking at in during young age, we feel that we are energetic, we have all the energy in the world, we can invest in so many people. Why waste time in one person? But if you see long term, and not everybody is going to die very soon, so today. Life is very unpredictable. You never know that your marriage will work, your partner will live long or not. But sharing a beautiful life with someone, making a family, is a very beautiful concept which no one is talking about on internet. I'm very sad about it. I feel that is the need of the hour that someone discusses that. And whenever I open my, everybody is talking about hooks and everything like that. Nobody is talking about real topics which matters. Nobody is talking about that there can be a different perspective as well. Not everyone is a cheater, not everyone is a bad person. But since we are seeing so much bad around us, so much awareness is there, so much exposure, I would say, to news and everything. Whenever you read the news, you feel that this life is like this, nothing is worth it. Like you feel like that, okay, that can happen with you tomorrow. There are so many bad things happening, and we are aware of that. So maybe we have built a concept where we feel that this doesn't work, but it is us who have to take a responsibility that we need to make it work. And it's a very beautiful concept, trust me, and I feel that it's very important that we give it its due, and we give it it's high time that we value this concept. Otherwise this family concept will definitely vanish in coming times, and people will just focus on themselves. Everyone will be, interested in AI and all those things, robotic things. I don't know why we expect perfection when perfection doesn't exist. Nobody is perfect. Even the people you are considering perfect, they might be perfect in some way or in some field or some arena, but they can't be perfect in everything. So nobody can be perfect. And perfection, the concept itself is flawed. I think perfection is boring, very boring. We don't need to be perfect. We need to be human. We need to be kind. We need to be, good at understanding and sharing our life with others. And I think it's very important that we value that. And these love marriages, arranged marriage, which one is better? I think what works in the end is better than having nothing at all. So I feel that I've seen couples who have worked together with each other for, days, and after so many years, they fought with their families and they got married, love marriage, and then their marriage broke up within like 6 months or a year. Within 6 months. I mean, can you imagine the situation? Because they couldn't adjust to small things after marriage. Oh, can't you switch off the light? Can't you do this? I mean, they were fighting on very silly reasons. There's no understanding between. You don't need to fight for everything. You need to adjust somewhere or the other. I mean, be it male or female, doesn't matter. If you want your family to work, like your career, because in career also you adjust to your boss's temperament, work pressure, your colleagues' politics, so many things. But that you call as an experience, and you feel that you have survived that, so you are very, fine with everything, and you're very strong and stuff like that. But you have to make your marriage also, your family also work. For that needs work and understanding and good listening from, you know each other. So I think these are the reasons why marriages are not working these days, and it's our responsibility to make it work, and we have to make it work so that this concept doesn't die off eventually. Because it's a very sad reality today that people are losing their interest in marriage. They are just believing in dating, having fun, and just moving on from one relationship to other without realizing that what kind of impact it will have on their lives and their partner's life and people around, them in general. So I think these are my views on this concept and this thing. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? Do you agree with my viewpoints, or what thought process you would like to share? So see you in my next video. Bye for now.